Well, good morning. I'm ready to start putting some lettering here, which would be the lettering that's here on our St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. And so my daughter went to Seton Hall, so I wanted to say, put our lettering on Seton Hall. Well, I don't do a lot of lettering. In fact, I really dislike lettering. I don't know that saying that I hate lettering is even too strong. It's pretty close. So I have a whole number of tools that's laid out because I'm not quite sure which tools I'm going to use most for my lettering at this point. When you do lettering, I mean, there's other techniques where you can use a knife and cut in and move, but that's when you would have only just this piece and you can move it around and stuff. I can't necessarily do that here. I've got a little bit of movement that I can do on the table, but this is too big of a piece. And I had a carving friend that kind of gave me a little bit of a motto that said, look, every carving that you're doing is just a piece of wood. It's not a masterpiece until you're done. If you mess up, get another piece of wood. Well, I'm pretty close to being done, and if I mess up, I'm not getting another piece of wood. I'm gonna do it differently. I'm getting another piece of wood, trying out, making sure I know what I'm doing, and then going with it. My only big challenge, and I might have to change this a little bit, is that my grain here is going in this direction, and my grain here is going in this direction. I just noticed that. So I'm gonna go ahead and still give it a try. Now this was basswood. Might just be doing it with my own pressure. Now I'm gonna check that cut with this. So that would fit. That's actually a number 3, and this one says it's a number 5. So different manufacturers say different things. This is a number 5, this is a Henry Taylor, and that fits fine as well. So I've got number 5s, and a number 3. But I'm gonna go back, instead of being a, see, with the grain running this way, how that's starting to split right there. Look, watch. See, boom. Ah! There would be my piece of wood. Throw it away, recarve it, figure it out. So I'm gonna change my grain so that it matches up with what I'm doing on the carving. Now I'm not going to get a big piece of okay, that's a little too big. This is about right. So let's see. Started off with this one. I'm still going to use it. one of the things I like to do is put a little bit of variation. And so I'm putting a little tail down here. So here's the regular oval. Now, if I cut this way, I'm keeping the center part of the wood intact. If I cut this way, I'm pushing on the center wood, and so that could be a problem. We'll see which one works better. So I'm going to switch to my number 3, which is the smaller piece. Cut out. Cut out. Ooh, that's nice. That's sweet. So that very end kind of frayed a little bit, and I should have a, here we go. I wanted to have a skew chisel to put that end cut in. Okay. So let's do the U. So we're doing the top of that U, then we're going to do the bottom of the U. So when people say I have too many tools, but I've got to match up what I'm doing with what the carving requires. So in my book, well, I haven't written a book, but in my storyline, I don't have enough tools, because that's the way I think about it. Anyways, so I'm going to cut in because I don't want this popping out to the side. And I'm going to cut in where's my little tiny, tiny. Here's my little tiny skew. So I'm going to cut that there, and that already chipped off. Now I have to do, let's see, I did this was a number 9. Of course, every time I hear number 9 anymore, I think of the Beatles, because I listen to the Beatles channel. This one says it's a number 4, but it's a number 4 according to Sutter. About these tools way back when, because Sutter put out a book on how to carve flowers, and he called them Sutter tools. He had them special made, and so he would refer to his tools. So now we have our U. Where are you? I'm looking for, where did I put it? Okay. So now it's time to do the R. And if you're a pirate, R, how are ya? Okay, an R is made up, of this smaller circle, then this round, and then I'm putting a tail on it. I know I caused myself more problems than I need to, but anyways. There's for the number 9, which is the bottom of the U, is now going to become the R, the top of the R. I'm bending it slightly out because I don't want my inside to pop. R. So now I have to go through and get that outside. I'm doing that before I'm doing the rest of the lettering. This is a very small number. It says number 14, but it's actually a number 3. This is a small Henry Taylor tool. I love this set. Okay. And so there, and there. Never underestimate the value of excellent tool. Okay. Now I'm going to swing down and swing around. Okay. So that gets my R. I'll probably need to do an S just for practice. But that's a little bit like our S. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of finish on that. Maybe I won't. Okay. I guess I'm just going to have to eventually edit this, but I need my big old pliers. I'm not putting pickle juice on it. I just put that inside. Pickle jar. Well, let's see about this. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and put some Danish oil on it. Just take a look. My Danish oil's all clogged up.